R1 issue to kind of see if we can allow a little bit more diversity in architecture without changing the FAR and without changing the setback requirements. So if you are interested, also let me know, and I can give you information about when that's going forward to the next Planning Commission for discussion. You might be interested in attending that meeting if you have clients who are interested in building here. I'll wrap up because I know everybody else wants to speak, but you know, when we get to questions, happy to expand on any or all of these things. Thank you.
Thank you. And if I can ask the panel, I'm going to go to first names. As formal. So, and I'm actually going to jump around to the end of the table to make sure our representative from Santa Clara doesn't get too tired sitting there quietly in the corner. Same question. What are some of the developments that are happening in Santa Clara?
Well, I guess to focus on commercial activity is what you're most interested in. Housing, it's always a tricky issue because entitlement is slowed down. For Santa Clara, on the north side of the city, we basically focus on research and development. And then when you get down between 101 and Southern Pacific Railroad, that's our core manufacturing. There are exceptions where we basically look at campus type of development. You have headquarters mixed with manufacturing. We've seen a lot more activity in that area. We have two key projects that are come in as applications that you might have either heard about or in the rumor mill. One of them is Equity Partners, and they are basically on Bowers in 101, across from the Embassy Suites Hotel. That is two 16-story towers, one 13-story and one 10-story, for about a total of 1.9 million square feet office R&D. There's about a 30,000 plus or minus component of retail in that development proposal. We had just recently sent out a revised notice of preparation, and so we're developing the environmental reports for that project right now. Another project is also something that might have been in the newspaper, is across the street from NVIDIA off the St. Thomas Expressway by Central Expressway in St. Thomas. There's a McCandless Business Park comprised of 10 buildings. And then you have a straddle on that, you have the St. Thomas Aquino Creek, and then you have Cadenza Street across. There is a proposal to demolish those buildings and put in essence, 6 buildings, but it looks like 3 towers with 3 parking structures. And that project is also approximately 1.9 million, 2 million square feet of office R&D. People have told me that NVIDIA in their quarterly reports, and I think there's a trend for the newspaper writers to look at these quarterly reports for the Valley companies to see what they've been up to. But I think it was reportedly that they paid approximately 120-something million in that range for that property. Other developments that might not be on your radar are actually developments that have entitlements, and they are in on our books with regards to development agreements that was approved a number of years ago. And I'll basically move from the north side of the city coming south. So Highway 237 and Great America Parkway, you have the Yerba Buena Road. You see the sign there, it says Irvine Company. And that is about 1.1 million square feet. They basically pulled grading permits on that, so it looks like they're going to be moving forward with that project. The land was a city-owned property, so they had a long-term lease for development. So Irvine Company doesn't own it, and they picked it up at the height of the .com. So I think everybody here is aware of what types of rents that they've been paying the city. Across the street, it was actually developed for the Palm headquarters when Tom spun them off. Now you see signs for Hyperion and Oracle. Actually, at the north side of the property, right there at 237, there's another office building that's supposed to go in, and so it's entitled, and that's about for 270,000 square feet. And as we move south, right next to the Intel headquarters, there's a Regency Towers. It's what most people know them by. In front of that, there's a 400,000 square feet development proposal. A couple of years ago, there was a project that was approved there, and that has expired, but there's a new proposal coming in for 400,000 Moving south of 101, there are a couple of other high-rise proposals or mid-rise, and they approximate between 200,000 and you see here around 600,000 in variety. The largest one that I did not mention yet is on the corner of Central Expressway and Lawson Lane. You saw those buildings being demolished just on the north side of Central Expressway. And there was rumors that that was for Intel or NVIDIA, and there was lease issues and such with regards to the downtown San Jose facility tower for Sobrado. So that's a Sobrado development. Along El Camino, we have a number of redevelopment proposals, and in the sense that this is not a redevelopment, but private development coming in and seeking an opportunity to change the land use and coming in with a new vision for those properties. One of them is Santa Clara Square at Lawrence and El Camino, and that's on the west side of it. That project ran into some hurdles through the entitlement process. They're basically looking at redoing their plans and coming back with another environmental document. I don't have the details on that as of yet, but if you look online on the city's webpage, you'll see a reference to the older documents, but I want to basically let you know there's a new proposal coming into the city. Across the expressway, you have BRE Taylor Morrison, and that development was for a joint project, 277 apartment unit complex, and approximately 60 or so units, single family detached. That already has secured its entitlement. You might see the demolition that has occurred this week. It's kind of a pile of rubble that is out there today. Moving eastbound toward City Hall, El Camino and the South Bay here, it goes east-west, and not to confuse north-south when you get on the peninsula. We have a Shea, I think it's a Shea home for 132 units on Scott Boulevard off of El Camino. And that project, you've seen them build the model homes, and basically it's on hold. So it's kind of a sign of a slowdown, but I think it's each developer has their own pace. Our understanding is that rents have been moving up fairly quickly, and adjustments in Santa Clara. I hear from people that are residing on the north side of the city that some of the apartment managers are not renewing leases because they have their credit analysis done on file. And typically, people can adjust for $200 or $300 adjustments in raising rents, but my understanding is they're raising rents $300 to $400 adjustments. And so they're basically collecting new credit reports on new tenants and basically not even renewing or offering renewals on the existing tenants. Moving south to Stevens Creek, we basically have grading and demolition permits that are ready to issue for Valley Fair. You see the Safeway and Longs out there on the corner. It's kind of a joint project between San Jose and Santa Clara. I mean, the developer has come in and straddles the two city limits. My understanding is San Jose is probably going to get a better part. We still get our supermarket that basically serves our community and also parts of San Jose. But the understanding is there's going to be another major anchor tenant, and the concept is probably going to be on a high end. So you'll probably see someone like a Neiman Marcus or Bloomingdale's going into the front of Valley Fair. Just to supplement the two banks that we're going to get in the supermarket. Which is fine.
That's why you guys are not sitting next to each other.
As long as the cash register is in San Jose. You can have the rest of the store.
And I think we might sell our electricity too. We'll still make some money. The corner of Lawrence Expressway and Stevens Creek, it's a HP facility. It was